Lesson learned. No one will confuse New York City's voting electorate with that of a swing state like Pennsylvania, Michigan, or Wisconsin. But on election day, November 5th, the Big Apple, much like those swing states, took a rightward turn. The swing states may have had a more direct hand in re-elected Donald Trump president, but New York's Democrats would be wise to examine the results in New York City, in particular to determine what went wrong. The Big Apple remained blue this election, and Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris won the city easily despite losing the contest nationally. However, Trump garnered 30% of the New York City vote, the most he ever had in his 3 presidential elections. Surprisingly, much of the surge in his support came from working class, Asian, and or Latino neighborhoods across the 5 boroughs. An AM New York Metro analyst of preliminary election data from New York City found that Trump saw a 19 increase in his vote share in Washington Heights and Inwood in Manhattan. Similar increases in Throgs Neck, Pelham Bay Park, and other eastern Bronx neighborhoods. A 10.5% bump in Queens, largely due to a rightward shift in normally progressive hubs of Jackson Heights, Elmhurst, and Corona, and a 20% bump in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, which contributed to a surge of Trump votes out of the borough's southern region. How does one explain this sudden shift to Trump in New York? In their election post-mortem, some Democratic officials like Manhattan Borough President Mark Levine pointed in voter dissatisfaction on the economy and crime in the Big Apple. Others, like Progressive Queens Assembly member Jessica Gonzalez Rojas, believe the results reflect that Democrats didn't double down hard enough on bread and butter economic issues affecting New Yorkers. Bronx, Queens, U.S. Representative Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez's Instagram story asking voters who split their tickets to vote for both her and Trump revealed other findings, namely that they want a campaign change in the political system and that they find Trump and AOC to be the genuine in their political beliefs. However contrary they might be. Was this election all about vibes? Was it an expression of outrage over the high cost of living and the system? Would anything have changed for incumbent Democrats and Harris if they spoke a little more loudly about economics rather than other yet equally important issues like reproductive rights and the faith of democracy? We'll leave it to the historians, pundits, and political scientists to make sense of these election results. But for New York, the lesson Democrats and Republicans alike might have learned last week was this: voters think with their pocketbooks, their bank accounts, and their guts. And if they don't like what they see, they going to swing. That's all I have to say for this video.